The forest behind the Caldwell family's farmhouse was quiet in the way only late autumn could manage. Leaves drifted lazily from tall pine branches, crunching softly beneath small boots as 6-year-old Eli Caldwell followed a narrow trail he'd walked 100 times before. This place was his kingdom. Every rock, every stream, every fallen log held a memory. That was why the sound stopped him cold. It wasn't an animal. Eli knew animals. This noise rang like broken glass and wind colliding, threaded with pain. He followed it. Beneath a twisted cedar tree lay something that did not belong on earth. The creature was tall, even curled on the ground, with smooth silver-blue skin that shimmered faintly in the dappled sunlight. Four arms lay folded awkwardly against its body, one smeared with deep violet blood. One leg bent the wrong way entirely. Its chest rose and fell too fast. Eli should have run. Instead, he stepped closer. "Mister," he whispered. "Are you hurt?" The being's eyes opened, large, luminous, and afraid. Eli felt a voice touch his mind, gentle and slow. "Small one, please do not be afraid. I am injured." Eli swallowed hard, heart racing. His mama always said that scared things needed help most. "I'll get help," he said firmly. "Wait here." He sprinted home, grabbed his red wagon, bandages from the bathroom cabinet, and an old tarp from the shed. His parents were gone for the afternoon. Time mattered. Dragging the wagon back to the forest, Eli worked with quiet determination, helping the alien onto it inch by inch. The creature hissed softly but never resisted. They reached the old barn at the edge of the property, unused, forgotten. "You are brave," the voice said as Eli wrapped the wound carefully. "My name is Sale. I am a hunter-scholar of the Meridian Order. My vessel fell from the sky." Eli tied the last bandage and nodded. "You can stay here. I won't tell." The alien closed its eyes in relief. And in that quiet barn, a secret was born. For the next several weeks, the barn became Eli's second home. He brought water in jars. Food wrapped in cloth. He learned which earth plants Sale could tolerate and which caused his skin to glow faintly in discomfort. Sale's injuries healed slowly, his biology far more advanced, but still vulnerable. Eli's parents noticed little things. Missing bread. Muddy shoes. Long silences. They chalked it up to imagination. One evening, Eli sat cross-legged while Sale adjusted a small device salvaged from his crashed ship. This time, the alien's voice came aloud, filtered and musical. "Your world is loud," Sale said. "But you are very quiet." Eli grinned. "I'm good at hiding." Sale tilted his head. "That is a hunter's skill." "What kind of hunter are you?" Eli asked. "I am an archer," Sale replied. "On my world, archery is not sport. It is discipline. Breath. Stillness." Eli's eyes lit up. "Like Robin Hood?" Sale paused, scanning the device. "Similar legend." "Yes." The lessons began the next day. They crafted a bow from forest wood reinforced with alien alloys. Small. Light. Perfect for a child's hands. Sale taught Eli how to stand. How to breathe. How to feel the world slow down. "This is not about strength," Sale explained. "It is about focus." Days turned into months. Eli missed less often than he hit. His hands grew steadier. His mind quieter. "Humans adapt quickly," Sale said one afternoon, watching an arrow split another cleanly. "Other species inherit power. You earn it." When the rescue signal finally came, hidden deep in a distant valley, Sale stood whole again beneath the barn's rafters. "I must leave," he said gently. Eli's chest ached. "Will I see you again?" Sale knelt, placing a hand on Eli's forehead. "When you are ready, you will know how. Light flooded Eli's thoughts, knowledge, patience, history. And then Sale was gone. 20 years later, Captain Eli Caldwell stood on the observation deck of the Unity Spear, humanity's first long-range diplomatic cruiser. Beyond the reinforced viewport, stars drifted past in slow, silent motion, an endless ocean of light humanity had only just begun to navigate. At 26, Eli was the youngest tactical commander in United Earth Fleet history. His service record was studied in academies across Earth and its colonies. Not because he was reckless. Not because he was ruthless. But because his precision bordered on impossible. His marksmanship statistics were dismissed as errors the first time they appeared. Then confirmed. Then feared. His techniques were copied. Simulated. Reverse-engineered by AI. None of it quite worked. There was something in his style that refused to be reduced to numbers. In his private quarters, mounted carefully against the bulkhead, hung the weapon that started the questions, a bow that shimmered subtly between polished wood and alien alloy. It never gathered dust. It never aged. When Eli passed, it resonated faintly, as if aware of his presence. First contact had come 5 years earlier. Not with warships or demands, but with a story. The Meridian Coalition had spoken of a hunter-scholar named Sale, who survived because of a human child's compassion. A boy who did not run. Who did not fear the unknown. Who chose to help. That story reshaped diplomacy. Humanity was no longer just another emerging species. It was different. Alliances formed not from strength alone, but from trust. Now, as the Unity Spear approached Meridian-controlled space, Eli stood alone, the bow in his hands. Coalition scientists had crafted the arrow, pure light stabilized by harmonic fields. A ceremonial gesture. But rituals mattered. He drew the string back slowly, breath steady, posture relaxed. No tension. No hesitation. Then he released. The arrow streaked into the void like a reversed shooting star, vanishing among distant suns. Minutes later, his communicator chimed. A familiar voice, older, deeper, but unmistakable, filled the cabin. I was hoping it would be you. Eli smiled and touched his forehead, right where long ago, a gift had been given. I told you I'd be ready, he replied softly. The summit changed everything. Within days, galactic archives were revised. Threat models updated. Cultural indices recalculated. Humanity's classification shifted, from physically moderate to strategically exceptional. Not because humans were the strongest. But because they learned faster than anyone else expected. And because they did not face the unknown with destruction as their first instinct. They reached out. Sale stood before the coalition assembly and told the story again. Of a forest. Of a wounded stranger. Of small hands wrapping bandages without understanding fear. Of a species whose youngest could teach lessons older civilizations had forgotten. Diplomacy followed. Trade corridors opened. Military observers exchanged data. Cultural envoys arrived on Earth not to inspect weapons, but to study education, empathy development, and social bonding. Back home, the woods behind the Caldwell farmhouse remained unchanged. Pines still whispered in the wind. The creek still cut its familiar path through the soil. A quiet place where history had bent without anyone realizing it. Eli returned there once a year. He never brought the bow. Some things belonged to the stars. Across the galaxy, Meridian academies adopted a new doctrine for hunter-scholar training. It was displayed prominently in their halls. Compassion is not weakness. It is control. Sale taught it himself. He taught that humans survived not by erasing predators, but by understanding them. By standing still when fear demanded flight. By choosing connection where instinct screamed for violence. That lesson spread. And with it, a warning whispered quietly among the stars. Beware the species that turns kindness into strategy. Because that species does not conquer alone. It learns. It adapts. And it brings others with it. Humanity's thread in the cosmic tapestry was still young. But it was strong. And the galaxy would never see the unknown the same way again.